What's up, Michigan State fans? It's Jacob Katznick here, back for another episode of the Michigan State Spartans Insider Podcast, postgame edition. It's being recorded on Saturday night, right after this will be going up on Sunday. But we're in the aftermath now of Michigan State's 20-17 loss on the road to Iowa. And I don't know what really there is to say at this point about what this type of season has been. This hasn't changed the course of anything, if you ask me, just in terms of just the overall outlook. Still, obviously, there's going to be questions about, is Smith going to be the coach in 2026? There's people more connected than me in that regard. But based on the people that I do know, chances seem higher than they did a couple weeks ago, which is shocking because Michigan State hasn't won a game. But alas, and it's just this is a game that Michigan State should have won. They should have won this game. There's no other way around it. They outgained Iowa by 34 yards. They had fewer penalties. Neither team had many penalties. They had one penalty for 10 yards, actually. It's pretty remarkable. Iowa was 1 for 10 on third downs, 0 for 1 on fourth down. Time of possession was pretty much even. Turnovers, you won that battle 2-1. Even MSU's turnover ended up being inconsequential. It was the pick from Milivojevic towards the end of the first half. It almost cost Michigan State 3 points, but Drew Stevens missed that 53-yard field goal, I believe it was. We'll kind of talk about that sequence as well. But stats favor Michigan State, except the one that matters. It was a close game. Really, if you told me 20-17 Iowa would be the final, I've been like, okay. I thought Michigan State would lose by more than that. I'm sure most people thought that. But then you watch the game, and it's just kind of the way it happens, and it just drives you up the wall a little bit more. Because you're up 17-7 entering the fourth quarter against a team that, let's be honest here, Iowa's not known for some high-flying offense, for being built to come from behind. Mark Gronowski, even after the fourth quarter, only ended with 147 passing yards on the day. That's a team, once you have a lead against, you should be able to maintain it. And Michigan State's defense was fantastic today. They've been great, really, the last couple of weeks as far as where they were before that. But still, last two drives, it was entirely different. I think I went through it, and it's just, I think they had allowed 3 points through. I have to pull up the drive chart here. They had allowed 3 points through, let's see, 3 points through 10 drives. Really good. That's really, really good. And then you get to the last two drives. Touchdown, field goals, time expires. 10 total plays, 95 yards in a minute 49 combined in those last two drives. It's the third straight game now where they've been in a position to maybe go win the game, and the defense hasn't been able to step up and get that one last stop, just kind of play those full 60 minutes. So it was a thing in Minnesota. They were one stop away against them. In Penn State, it was a 9-minute drive in the fourth quarter that basically put the game away for all intents and purposes. And here, really had two shots at it. Either of those things, you could have at least forced overtime. You could have won in regulation if you don't allow that touchdown drive. Instead, Michigan State goes home with another loss, 10-17. Again, I wrote about this. There's blame everywhere on this one. There's blame on coaches. There's blame on the offense. There's blame on the defense, as I just explained. And there's definitely some blame on the special teams units as well. Offensively, 6 straight games now, Michigan State has failed to score more than 20 points in the game. You got to score points. Not exactly a big brain take right there, but you got to score points. Iowa's a great defense. 17 points against Iowa isn't terrible, but you had the chance, several different chances, to put the game away in the fourth quarter, and they failed. I don't know if I'll have to watch it again, but before that controversial call, we'll get to that. On MSU's, what was MSU's last turn with the ball, ended up being, here's what they did in the fourth quarter. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. 9 plays, 6 yards in 3 drives in the fourth quarter. You score on any one of them, that might seal it. You score another touchdown, that might do it. They didn't even move the ball Like they didn't take time off the clock. They didn't score. They didn't do anything in the fourth quarter. I mean, they had the ball 4 times in the fourth quarter. None of them were drives of more than 2 minutes. You got to do better than that. I liked Milivojevic today. Offensive line was not very good. Again, he was getting pressured a lot. I think it was okay in the second half, especially in that third quarter. He had some more time. I mean, that was one of the better quarters of the Smith era, I guess, because you outscored them 14-0. One of them, you had great field position thanks to that forced fumble by Quindarius Dunnigan. Had a really nice play. Gronowski was going to try a shovel pass, got the hand in. Do what he had to do. Jordan Hall falls on it. Jordan Hall had a fantastic game as well. I always got to give my hat tips to Jordan Hall. I love watching that guy play football. One of the few bright spots on this football team this season, bar none. I mean, I don't think I'm going to get much pushback on that one. But it's just, I think the thing that people are going to remember about this game, too, though, is that missed 3rd and 2. MSU goes over the middle. Krishan McCray had 2 touchdowns. A really good throw, really good catch. I think it was the second one where that happened. It's just, but again, they went over the middle to Krishan McCray, and I'm losing my train of thought here. Oh yeah, he's grabbed, he's pulled to the ground. It's either defensive holding or pass interference. It's one of those. It's a flag. MSU should have had a first down, but there's always a but. The referee is I think it was the umpire who's in the middle of the field. He's so concerned about getting it. It's right in front of him. I don't blame him necessarily for falling to the ground and avoiding the hit, because that's human. You know, he doesn't have pads on. If he gets hit, he might get hurt. You know, like legitimately hurt. But he falls to the ground. He doesn't see the play. No flag comes out. I was kind of mad at it at the time, because you're like, why are you falling to the? I don't think he would have gotten hit. It would have been close. But my big right now is with the back judge, because he saw the play too, and he didn't throw the flag. Like live, I was like, okay. I didn't even like yell flag or something, like, okay, first down. I just kind of looked down at my computer assuming it would come out, because it looked that obvious to me in real time. And I kind of look up and I see 4th down, nothing's happening, and I'm like, all right, they missed one. So it's just that's a brutal play. But like the point I'm getting to though is that it shouldn't have come to that. Michigan State shouldn't have had to need the ball driving into field goal range in a tie game, looking for the win. Like they should have been kneeling the clock out. They should have been trying to churn clock. That wasn't their goal on that drive. So, but still, again, we're kind of going through the same things here. I don't like some of the decisions Jonathan Smith made as well. I don't like him punting on there as well. 4th and 2. You're 0-7 in Big Ten play. You're 3-7 overall. What do you got to lose? Like what? He'd been going for it on 4th down. The first half was closer, and there was less time on the clock, I guess, as well. But to me as well, I question having Milivojevic pooch punt it. Caden Weegan, you don't want to punt to him. He's like the main reason I think Iowa won this game. But why not just tell Eckley again to just kick it out of bounds? You know, I think he would have gotten it closer than the 21. He can sky kick it, kick high in the air, give his punt team plenty of time to get downfield. He's going to play in the NFL. He's probably going to play in the NFL next year. He walked on senior day, so I'm going to presume he's going to probably go. He'd probably get drafted. He's probably worthy of that 6th-round pick. Eckley also had a screw up. I think he said on the last one that Weegan returned it was like 40 yards. It was just a little. I think Smith may have said in the postgame press conference that he wanted him to kick that one out of bounds. Maybe don't quote me on that one. I'm not 100% confident in that, but maybe he was kicking too low of the line drives, giving Weegan more time to get some space and going. But the coverage wasn't good enough as well either. Omari Kelly let one drop. Like he missed. He's done this a few times now, actually, where he's kind of gone under it, looks up, he misjudges it, and he lets it drop, and it bounces 10 yards behind him. And that's may as well be like a penalty, like that type of mistake, because it costs your team 10 yards on where they're going to be in the next possession. So that's an issue as well. But it's just, again, it's a bad football team. We're 3-8 here. There's only so many ways you can say it now at this point, because 3-8, the record speaks for itself. You kind of still get they're fighting Yeah, like sure, the effort's there. They're trying, they're fighting. That like it was admirable, I guess, but it's the Big Ten, you know. Like like Smith acknowledged it too. Like it's about what's on the scoreboard at the end of the day, and people can't tolerate this for much longer. They're done tolerating it now. So again, we'll see what J Bat does because I think now is a good time. He's been silent on this the whole time. Now's a good time to like make a move, man. You know, because if you wait until the end of the year, some of the candidates are already getting scooped up. James Franklin, who, if I were him, if say Smith, they fired Smith a couple of weeks ago, he would have been the first guy I called up, one of the first guys at least. But he's already been scooped up. I'm sure some other guys that maybe he's in the back of his mind, like if I do this, here's who I'm going to go for. I'm sure there's already talks going on as well. But it's just you got to say you're keeping him or let him go now. Because it's waiting another year in this type of cycle where there's so many openings and so many other teams you're going to have to compete with, probably for the guys that you want. You got to do it soon so you can start talking to them officially. You know, like let them know, like, hey, like even if you are back channeling right now, like, hey, this might come open soon. You got to do it now so they have that full confidence of, okay, job's open. I can really talk to you now. So, yeah, though. But last game of the season coming up. I will be in Ford Field in Detroit next Saturday. I think Maryland got crushed by Michigan today, so you're going to be looking at 0-8 Big Ten record MSU against 1-7 Big Ten record Maryland. I think Maryland's lost 7 in a row as well. And of course, Michigan State has lost 8 straight, so it's going to be a real barn burner in Ford Field. There's probably going to be a ton of empty seats in that game as well. I'm pretty sure they're offering like a bunch of deals now already to try to fill the place up a little bit. So that it's going to be a very, very interesting atmosphere, and that's probably the main thing I'm excited for, actually, is just to kind of see how weird it is in there. Because I was at that game against Penn State, and it was actually pretty full. But, at least like to some level, you're like, hey, they're playing Penn State. Penn State was good. You're like, we're seeing them play a good team. You're not going to get that against 4-7 Maryland. So 4-7? Yeah, I think 4-7. Alas, though. Until next time, though, thank you for listening. Whether it's on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube, thank you for taking your time out of your day to listen to me talk about Michigan State's 8th straight loss. Until next time, though, there's going to be plenty of written content coming up on SpartanNation.com and Michigan State Spartans on SI. Until next time, though,